You are throwing this thing way too high.
Yeah, you don't, I guess.
Yeah, but I may see if I can.
Yeah, thank you for peeking it. This is a 7. Like, bro. Bro! Why are you bringing me a VOD? You're clearly not comfortable on Omen yet. Let me show you how to throw the fucking one way. Okay, do you see this little trim on the ground? How it like comes up? You want the bottom of your smoke to cut that trim roughly in half. Okay? When you're throwing the one way. So let me... Bam. Now you can see how the bottom of my smoke is intercepting with that trim halfway through. That's going to be perfect. That is perfect. That's how you want to throw one way. There's also one tree that is still really strong. My aiming, there it is. There's a fucking lamp. So notice I want to lower the lamp until I'm cutting the trim in half. Like I want to lower the smoke. Bam. This one looks like you actually want to throw it a bit higher. I haven't played Omen in a while.
Cover going out.
Yeah. So anyways, your one way is like, they can just straight up peek this. These can be useful. So there are times where you actually do want to throw the one way too high. So for example, if you throw this one too high,
Cover going out.
I believe it's there, but you play up here, then it's actually still a one way. This one's good because from their perspective, they're like, oh, I can peek, but notice they don't see up here. So they get baited into like peeking out. So sometimes it can be good to throw it too high, but only if you're like doing it by your own volition, you know, like your own choice.
Hello gamers, look at your elo, now look at mine, now back to your elo, now back to mine. Sadly, it isn't mine, but if you stop autopiloting outdated strategies and start getting free VOD review coaching, it could look like it's mine. Look down, back up, where are you? You're on bind. With the strats your strats could be like, what's in your hand? Back at me, I have it. It's the Valorant gift card from Wuhajin. For your successful follow-up thought, look again. The gift card is now an ego vandal. Anything is possible when you get your Valorant tips from a talking banana and not TikTok. I'm on a gaming chair.
More tryhard energy, your comms calm off, honestly too relaxed. I want to be able to listen to your comms and be clear you're the one who's most tryhard in the lobby. Oh, fuck. Less cell aggression and +2s, more explosive aggression with initiator utility otherwise. Did you change fucking roles? Are these Omen notes? You changed roles? Son of a... These notes don't apply to smokes. Ree! Well, you can't really get a gift card, but we'll review the VOD.
Shadows traveling.
Maybe me.
74 maze.
So you hear them coming A main. Why are we flashing though? Like they're all in this choke. You did that in the later rounds? Okay. I'm asking why don't you do it here? It's in the... I thought it was part of the plan. We've deviated. And yeah, your smoke makes noise. So when you throw your smoke as Omen, they can sort of tell where you are. You're on eco. Yeah, you're peeking too early. This is just coming down to like, bro, it's just like experience on this roll. Like you've never been in this position before. But anyways, the most common scenario when you're flashing dice here on this map in higher elo is your Sova recon is going to land like on this cannon, or it's going to land on this back wall. If he's not cracked, you're probably getting an autofill Sova on Ascent. Let's be real. But the point is you coordinate with the Sova that as they're coming out, you're going to flash and you want his recon. And then you're usually going to like pre-fire bullets here because they run out off the flash. And then the recon's going to land and then you're going to fight. And that recon is going to reveal them over here. The problem is you're throwing this flash. The dude does get revealed, but you're already peeking. So notice now your crosshair should be here and you should be shooting already and then tucking back behind the dice. But instead your crosshair is in no man's land. You're not ready at all. And you effectively give her a fair 50-50 for no reason. Double judge on the same site? I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Main rush.
See, maybe you
Okay.
Okay.
Running away.
smoke.
Not ready yet.
I'm not sure about that one, boss.
I have stairs.
Or you're getting yourself killed. Am I crazy? Oh my god, you're... Okay, we are different types of players. First of all, I'm not TPing stairs into a molly. You just dropped the smoke. I would probably TP into it. I'm pretty confident your Cypher's going to get a fight before he dies to stairs because of the way they're scaling. They've taken none of this space. So your Cypher, they're going to get their 1 or 2 or whatever. They're going to die. And if you're just waiting here now, it's like, it's so free. It is so free. Your smoke's going to recharge. You can sauce one on either side, whatever feels more comfortable. You can even play in it. Like, you are so chilling here. In this area, the problem is if they don't push you here, you like lose. You just lose. Because if they drop sight, they can peek you from way back there. Ah, shit. If you have to come out here, they can be way back there. Oh, shit. Or way back there. And you see this happening. You didn't appropriately plan for this judge.
One left.
Oh, I fuck with it. If you peek this Reyna, you're actually trash, though. You're trash. You're trash. I don't care. I don't care that you hit the jiggle pre-fire. You're actually trash. So you can clearly see that the ult is not covering back gen here. But you can see it while you're TPing. Okay. So there's plenty of space back gen for you to tuck. You've got 2. You've got huge numbers advantage. You have aggro. That Reyna's stirring bullets at you. You even have Omen ultimate coming up. You've got a smoke coming up. If you get 2, you should not want to swing for more. You just got a lucky headshot, man. You just got a lucky headshot. You can toss a smoke wherever you see fit at this point. I would probably smoke here, though. The ult would expire. I'd smoke here. I would probably walk into it, wait for my teammates to come out heaven, get me some info. And then off their info, I'm probably fighting this Reyna who ends up coming gen. But you've got a lot of options. You need to slow it down. You put the round back in their hands here. You have to understand. Right here, this is 50-50, which means there's a 50% chance you put the enemy team into a 3v3 with sight control and Killjoy Sova ult. You see the problem? It's not a checkmate scenario, chat. It's more we definitely have aggro. It's a Reyna. You don't want to give a 50-50 to a Reyna because it's worse than a 50-50. So the outcome of a fight, let's say it truly is a 50-50. This almost never happens that there's a fight that's genuinely 50-50, but there's 2 outcomes here. We win it and we lose it. Okay. When we win a 50-50 against Reyna, it doesn't matter. It's good. Pog. It's no different than if we won it against like somebody else. However, it's even more pog if you win a 50 against, for example, their Killjoy who has ult, or their Sova who has ult, or their Smoker before they've placed smokes down, or hell, their Smoker if they have rechargeables. That makes sense. So the value of killing anybody that's not Reyna is usually higher. So it's pog, but it's usually like the lowest value pog. Like of their team, who would you want to delete right now? Which member of the enemy team would you want to delete? And if you truly answered Reyna to that question, then I don't know what to tell you other than I heavily disagree. I probably want to delete Brimstone or Raze right now. But then once they both get deleted, I probably want to delete Killjoy. So the upside to winning the 50, not that high when you're fighting Reyna. And the downside to losing it is really bad compared to other agents. On other agents, you can damage them, which can at least be somewhat valuable. Or there's a threat of a trade. And both of these things don't exist against Reyna. Neither of these like slight upsides exist when you lose the 50-50 to Reyna. Because Reyna can dismiss to dodge the trade, or she can heal. And so the damage disappears or the trade disappears. Like, this is the definition. If there ever existed a 50-50, like a true 50-50, then this is one. Like this one is so close to dead 50 odds. And you do not want to give that against a known Reyna. You are throwing this thing way too high.
Yeah, you don't, I guess.
Cover going out.
Yeah, but I have my OC if I can.
Yeah, thank you for peeking it. This is a 7. Like, bro. Why are you bringing me a VOD? You're clearly not comfortable on Omen yet. Let me show you how to throw the fucking one way. Okay, do you see this little trim on the ground? How it like comes up? You want the bottom of your smoke to cut that trim roughly in half. Okay? When you're throwing the one way. So let me... Bam. Now you can see how the bottom of my smoke is intercepting with that trim halfway through. That's going to be perfect. That is perfect. That's how you want to throw one way. There's also one tree that is still really strong. My aiming, there it is. There's a f***ing lamp. So notice I want to lower the lamp until I'm cutting the trim in half. Like I want to lower the smoke. Bam. This one looks like you actually want to throw it a bit higher. I haven't played Omen in a while.
Cover going out.
Yeah. So anyways, your one way is like they can just straight up peek this. These can be useful. So there are times where you actually do want to throw the one way too high. So for example, if you throw this one too high,
Cover going out.
I believe it's there, but you play up here, then it's actually still a one way. This one's good because from their perspective, they're like, oh, I can peek, but notice they don't see up here. So they get baited into like peeking out. So sometimes it can be good to throw it too high, but only if you're like doing it by your own volition, you know, like for your own choice.
Oh, well.
CT already.
Can you pick him on this side?
Yeah, you're kind of f***ed here. I respect the idea of wanting to play on site. I don't respect how you're doing it. I think it does make sense to try to play site as 4v5. And if you play 4v5 retake, I kind of agree you're probably doomed. But I'd probably try to come back here and specifically play right here. And smoke lane? No. Like I'm down for this stairs smoke. You warn the team that they can cross the CT and you can hold the stairs smoke from here. They cannot fight you from lane. This is the best part about this angle. When you're playing this angle, if you're really trying to get maximum value, never do this. Never. You sit right here because the enemy team cannot approach you. They can't. They can't do anything. They'll never see you. They have to drop. And while they're dropping, you hear them. It always makes noise. And you have this huge advantage on them as they drop. Like this crazy advantage.
Nice.
I'm going back.
Bro, you go wide again in a numbers advantage now?
They're gonna clear you, I think.
B.
BB.
Oh, bet is ult. Bro, ult. Bro,
Cover going out.
now you're too late.
Side already. 80 on the brim.
So we're playing retake. You should be ulting here.
Close.
Good flash, good flash.
Close.
Good TP. Yeah, good retake. I don't like that you're not ulting. I don't like that you're going blind, bro.
B. I love this.
Ult! Why are you... Okay. How many hours do you have on Omen? Sips. Okay, like 0. Look. Cage triggered. You don't need to smoke right now. It doesn't add any value. You know what adds value? Joining the cipher and telling him I have your stairs. Yeah, and now you're too late. They're gonna cancel this or some shit. You stuck it? They had sight. Sipsty, you're killing me. They had sight already. You're just praying they don't kill you? What is this hope Valorant nonsense? Do not throw that flash. Okay, so I've played like so much hacking Omen. This map. This angle's really good. You're playing in. I like it. I think you're getting tricky. I like it. The moment you throw this flash, they know exactly where you are. And hey, wait, that's a cipher quote. It's bad. You actually want to take your first fight here, and then you either like TP out or you throw your flash insta, depending on how you're feeling. Most of the time, TPing is more appropriate, and then you can flash, and like you can drop a smoke, play on site. This angle is like a baiter's angle, which is good in this situation because your Jet has a judge anyways. Who gives a fuck about her? Not me. She'll get her one. Then they're gonna come out, and you're good for it. You're so good for another. See? You're good for it. Now, I just don't like that you had your flash out. Does that make sense? The moment you switch back to gun, you see how this guy comes out and you're so good for yours. Like, I can see the future. Like, this is just experience gap. I know they're not going to clear you here. Your defense is just like... It's like you're a novice on Omen. We're aggressing wine too much, and the way that we're fighting for A isn't structured enough. Like, when they were pushing you A, we're just losing too much value. Initially, you're too slow to like help your teammates on B. Like you're throwing smoke when there's already a cage here.
Probably be gonna one way on main as well.
Shadows traveling.
I heard a step in main.
Okay, so in this formation, you actually don't want to throw the smoke. When you're doing the 4-1, it's more appropriate to just smoke A with these two smokes here, and you just leave your Cypher to lurk mid on their own, and he will be fine. Essentially, these two A smokes basically convinces the enemy team you're all A main, almost always. Somebody might walk out to peek top mid to check for the split. Your Cypher gets a free pick, or they fast flank out B main. Your Cypher gets a free pick, pretty much. If Reyna was with Cypher, would it be good? It might be more appropriate. Yeah, but it's still like, the problem is it's so obvious here. There's nothing tricky about your util usage. Like if you're going to smoke here and smoke here, that tells a story. And the problem is that the story you're telling is dead on what you're doing. And you don't want that. You don't want the util you use to directly advertise the exact way you're playing the round, because it's just, it's too easy for the enemy team to react to. Let's see, this is round 15. I want to see. We're gonna kill this guy. I'm curious. Yeah, they're already rotating. They actually stacked or some shit though, so you got pretty lucky. This Brimstone's misplaying hard. Like this Brim should just be up here.
Jumping down.
We're spreading too thin. What was the call? I'm gonna check, but notice here we're sort of violating the rule of the mains. Our team is spread too thin. Let me see the pre-round.
I think we play default. I'll smoke bottom lane and just play default.
Yeah,
So,
no.
I don't even have to
Everything-
make
I don't
moves, you just play default, take space slowly.
Okay, I hate this call. You're not allowed to just say, let's default. Now, I agree that on ASCENT, our team will probably interpret that as something like a 1-3-1. But the problem is, it should be Reyna, Jett, and Sova mid, Cypher B main, and Omen A main. Nobody knows what default means? Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, people have a rough idea. It means slow play. But like, who's walking into B main? Who's walking into A main? One of you shouldn't be walking in. You should be controlling. The other should be trying to take space a bit assiduously. Our formation's all backwards. We end up going Reyna B main, 2 A main, Cypher Omen mid. Cypher Omen are incapable of taking any space. And so it's just like, feels bad.
I have that. If I die,
You need to buy both smokes. This is not optional. You need to buy your second smoke.
Cypher.
Take a fight mid. If I die, I can take my Vandal.
I would have kept the Sheriff, but like I'm down again. This is the same formation again now. It's 1-4. So I would smoke A, have the team rush A main. I get my lurk kill with the Sheriff here from Tiles.
Soba arrow be main. Just don't full commit A.
Whoa, what are you doing?
One dice.
Wait.
Okay, Killjoy is on A.
You have
Be
the
A
one,
main.
so
Yeah. One Anna.
I have a lurk, maybe.
it's in there.
Raise saw me. Raise.
Nah, that's a short. It's not
I'm making noise on B.
Sipsty, what are we doing? We're breaking all the rules. While your team is scaling cat and A main like this, you just need to be controlling this space. Zoop. You're spreading too thin. It's just the rules, Sipsty. Like, what's the most annoying thing to deal with if you're doing an A split, you're walking up cat? The most annoying thing to deal with is this threat here. You have to like constantly be wary of it. Which is why it's kind of really lit to have a dude covering that threat for you. I mean, normally it would be Cypher. He'd have a trip. He'd play back here, play off of his trip. But Omen can still do it. You can still play over here, spot. Or you can come over this way. But you don't push into B main. You do not push into B main because your team is pushing into A main. And them's the rules. You don't break the rules until you can play by them. Once you can follow the rules every single round without fail, then you're allowed to break them because it's like you're making a choice. But right now, you're not choosing to violate this rule. You're doing what you think is best, and you're just completely out of the play.
I need some help.
I'm watching stairs. Just speak on my contact.
Okay. The moment you hear Reyna saying, I need some help, she can't pick off your contact, really. They can actually come across you onto her. You need to tell her, I'll smoke for you in 2. And then the moment your smoke comes up, you just do this. Your Reyna stairs, you just throw this smoke.
Shadows traveling.
And now your Reyna is chilling, bro. She is so chilling. She can walk market if she wants. It gives her cover. She can play in the smoke if she wants. She can come out of the smoke over here, peek this way if she thinks market's clear. Throwing a smoke in front of your teammate who needs help is like the most mature Omen one trick shit you can do. Like if your Reyna will be like singing the praises of how fucking cracked you are at the game. If this smoke appears for her, just be like, yo, Reyna, just don't move. I'll smoke for you in 2. She says she needs help. This smoke appears. She is so happy. Holy, we're losing all the map control.
I'm
Flashing stair.
Okay. So for these plays where you intend on TPing out with the team, your second smoke market actually belongs a bit more bowed out, but also you're throwing the smokes backwards. Your second smoke belongs CT. Look, I'm the duelist. Which angle do I see first? You smoke market first. I like to bow it out a bit if you're going to plan on TPing out. Then you'll smoke CT. And now you TP onto like the edge here. Okay, that's basically what you're aiming for. And this way you're not in the smoke. You can peek into it, but also you're covered. Because your smoke is bowed out, the stairs player doesn't see you. To get the TP here for free, this guy, I guarantee you, is not doing this if they're logs. They are just not going to do this because there's tons of noise B main. They're coming out. This guy's a free kill. They're just dead to you.
Smoking heaven.
Cover going out.
Pushing with you right now.
I can take care.
Close the door, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, the heaven smoke doesn't make too much sense here. If we just look at the minimap. So we're contesting out A main and we're contesting into garden. So we're sort of like containing a larger area here. Like we're going to be attacking heaven from 2 fronts. So the smoke actually gives them cover to play around if they happen to be heaven and they want to isolate these fights. Like now they could stand here and just fight us and our teammates over here couldn't do anything about it. Or the opposite. They could fight our teammates from this side of heaven and we'd have a hard time assisting them. In this position, I think a smoke here would be more justified, or a smoke even like here. Both of these more lock down our current levels of map control. It's pretty unique scenario, but
I can take care.
Close the door, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go. They can bait us.
One heaven.
We'll break weekend.
Heaven.
yeah, I mean, they just suck.
Ah, I ate.
Do you see though? Both of the fights you're taking right now are exactly where I would have smoked. Like both of those areas are the 2 that I expected them to try and isolate duels with you on. And sure enough, that's exactly how they isolated fights with you.
1 HP, 1 HP.
I fuck with it.
Oh, exactly.
Okay.
1 HP, 1 HP.
Fuck, you're about to do it. Right here is the window to TP. This is the time. You're losing the time by thinking about planting. You're freaking Omen. Don't plant that shit.
Let's go. Oh, exactly.
You see, here you change your mind, you go for this. Now you're a bit too late. I think you got a little lucky now.
Both heaven.
Bro, why are you dropping? Oh, you have to commit to your decisions. Look. This shit bugs me so much. Because I'm playing in like around this elo right now as I'm climbing. Unfortunately, I'm in like mid-high immortal MMR lobbies now. But one of the most common issues I had when I was playing in Ascendant was I would play with my teammate, whatever they're doing, but then they would be indecisive. So here you decided you were going to TP up here and you were going to play. And look what your Reyna's doing. She sees you and says, bet I'll come here. And so you and your Reyna are high-low right now. It is perfect. That smoke fades and look, they are right like this. And you and Reyna are high-low, except you're indecisive, and so you're dropping. And so now what was basically 2 free kills just becomes an instant death. Unfortunate. We win the round, so it's all good. Explain it now, bro. It's the start of the round. You're practically... What's the difference between you and a guy who's just filling onto smokes? Tell me, because I don't see it. I don't see any hecking creativity in your play. You're just going through the motions. You're throwing all the default smokes. There's nothing fancy here. So what's the point? Because this role is like, if you play controller like this, it has what Omen has like a terrible win rate. In fact, if you go look, there's a reason why Brimstone's win rate is like significantly higher than Omen's. It's because when people fill onto smokes, which happens all the time because people do not main smokes, and they pick Brimstone, they see a lot more success because Brimstone's utility is just, it's not creative. Brimstone's not a creative agent. Can Brimstone use a creative smoke every now and then? Yes, of course. Can Brimstone have inventive molly lineups? Yes, of course. But a Brimstone smoking tree, heaven, stim beaconing and running out, he's doing his job, you know? And then he just runs out, uses his ult when he sees an enemy. Easy peasy. Brimstone, impact, unlocked. It's got nothing to do with the agent strength. In fact, I think Omen is objectively stronger,
30 seconds left.
but only if you're tricky. Omen's tricky, man. One sec. Let me pull up. Fang invited me to do a stupid content thingy, and I did it with him. We played like unrated, and there were challenges. So anyways, I get put on Omen, and I just want to grab. We're gonna go to defense, but like it's better for me to just show you the difference because I'm playing. These opponents were like plat diamond. Okay, they're bad. It was very easy for me to clip on them. I want you to understand that before you like see the clips. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's one example. First sight, one's first sight right now.
Got it.
I'm casting Pokeball. She's been caught.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, so like this is an example of a smoke that only an Omen main is gonna throw. She's stuck cubby, so I smoke her because she can't come out of this smoke now. She's stuck. I call it the Pokeball smoke. It's a unique scenario, rarely happens, but she literally can't leave that thing because we could be anywhere, any side. We get a free kill. She dies, win the round. This round I ult into their spawn, and I remember I just wait here for a really long ass time.
They're on site, both are on site. Yeah, just stun me.
Oh yeah, I got really mad about this. So here my idea was I would smoke myself off so that from their perspective, we're all retaking from CT and garage because I smoked off long. And then I was just going to dry peek through the smoke as my team fought. But I was wrong. They're right here. But that's still an example of me being tricky. I was pissed about that because that always works. So I was doing some gifted tier 3s. So I just gave the enemy team all of this space. They're pushing me. I got to pick.
Let's hit him with the old stanky flanky.
Yeah, you go for that. My
Got
TP
you.
is in their spawn.
I'm chasing your tennis ball.
Shadows traveling.
I don't think tennis ball.
First 3 out before fuzzy.
I'm gonna give away your flank.
I one way short, TP into it. And then I play timing to drop on the short players. And notice, not looking at me, not looking at me. Free kill. And I got 120 on the next guy. It's so clear, right? That somebody filling onto Omen would never do this, okay? They'd never go for a play like this because it's not in their arsenal. They don't have this level of comfort on the agent, this level of creativity. Omen's tricky. He's tricky. You're only going to get value like this if you're tricky on the agent. And you're not tricky. You just throw default smokes every round. You throw default flashes. And hell, you don't even throw the default smoke correctly. You threw that one too deep.
Smoking heaven.
I guess some.
Time to smoke heaven and flash gen. Am I right or am I right?
I'm flashing.
They don't even play gen, bro. There was not a single round where I'm seeing you use creative utility, Sibsty. There's just, it's all default smokes every single round. You can't be an Omen player like that, man. You can't be an Omen player like that. Come back. No calling default unless you specify locations of players. Lewis's attack. Stand out from the controller players who just lock Omen to fill smokes. Right now, you exclusively throw utility that any random immortal one would throw, even if they never played smokes before. Go invent your own creative plays. Omen is highly dynamic, and you need to rely on this to increase your win rate. Is the controller equivalent? You lack raise main energy? Yeah, it really is.